Yeah, yes. Welcome to the leg day. Welcome to the TNC Fitness leg day. I say leg day, but really, we're gonna do some squats today. We're gonna do some heavy squats. Getting back to it after having not even having a long break. I haven't really been recording that much, but I've still been training, but not as hard as I normally train. So I'm getting back to lifting those heavy weights. So you can look forward to that. Starting on the treadmill. Just doing a 5 minute warm up. I train very early, so this is like my way of waking myself up. When I'm on that treadmill, I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking about how I'm gonna attack these sets. I'm thinking about what weights I want to lift, and I'm just literally getting the body. I'm just warming myself up. I'm just getting the heart rate up a bit, and just getting myself ready for movement. If you train with me, I normally get you to do 5 minutes on the treadmill before you do a session, especially something that's involving legs. Okay, next we go onto mobility, some mobility work. Spend a little time doing a bit of mobility before my sessions. It's new and it's not new. I'm just a bit inconsistent with it because like everyone else, I'll come in and just want to go and lift weights. If the gym's busy, just want to get on certain things and but this mobility stuff's very key. You can even spend sessions just doing mobility. Very important to do some work on whatever because I'm going to be working legs. I'm doing some leg mobility stuff. If I was doing upper body, I'd be doing some upper body mobility stuff. So yeah, that's a classic 90-90 stretch, and I'm lifting the ankle, and that's activating the muscles in the hips, and just getting it ready because obviously, as you know, a back squat, which is the primary movement, is a hip exercise. People look at it as a leg exercise, actually a hip exercise. The legs just come along for the ride, yeah? So yeah, we're just getting the body primed and ready for movement there. Got a little bit of hamstrings there involved. Nice good stretch on the quads and the hammies there. And I'm doing dynamic movements because you do dynamic stretches and movements before, and you do your static stretches at the end of your workout. That's just how you do it, yeah, or that's just how I do it at least. Boom. Now we're hitting the hamstrings as well. You see them hammies there stretching. Considering I haven't been going as hard, and I've managed to maintain my physique, just goes to show that once you get to where you want to get to, you don't have to go to the gym 4 or 5 times a week when you're already kind of where you want to be. You just have to maintain. But I don't want to maintain anymore. Life for me isn't about maintaining. It's about progression all the time. Progression. Sometimes I got to remind myself that. So back in the game now. See this exercise here, this little stretch. That there is good for shoulders because the way you're holding the bar in the back squat, it takes a lot of shoulder mobility, and I've already got bad shoulder mobility, and also my arms. My left arm doesn't left arm like it's supposed to, severe tendonitis and whatnot, but we're still moving, we're still going forward. We don't want to let that phase us. So this here is it's not a pre-exhaust like what some people would say. This is actually just priming the muscles and getting them ready for movement. It's just an extended warm-up. So I wanted to make sure the body was ready. So I only done 2 sets of 8 all the way through, and then I went to the bar. Now this is the main course, this is the main meal, this is what we're here for. Yeah, back squats. I had a goal in my head that I wanted to squat 220 today. Bear in mind I haven't squatted anything heavy in ages. I've been squatting but not heavy, so I wanted to do 220 today. And I know for me that's really lightweight. I mean, it's heavy, but it's light, if you know what I'm saying. So there on the bar, years ago, this is all I would do for a warm up. I would just get the bar on my back and do a couple of reps and go straight into the exercise. Sometimes I still do it, but I try and make sure I do some sort of mobility first, because it's all about longevity. I'm getting older, and I want to make sure I can keep doing this into my 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s. You know what I'm saying? Forever. I always want to be doing the same sort of thing. If you notice, I got my heels elevated. I elevate my heels because I have poor ankle mobility, and sometimes my heels rise when I squat, or they go in and rise. That helps to keep me stable. Also, another reason is you get a greater stretch on your quads. This is a hip exercise. I'm very hip dominant in the back squat. I don't always feel it in my quads, but this helps me to get lower and feel it more in the quads. If you want to feel it more in your glutes, you would go you can elevate your toes, and you'd use like a Smith machine or a hat squat and really get the glutes involved. But my glutes are I'm so hip. Like I say, this is a hip exercise, and I'm hip dominant. So for me, I'm just elevating the heels today. I went right into 100 kilos today, which is rare for me. I normally go 60, 100, 140, and so on and so forth. But I went straight into 100. That was mainly a time thing, wasn't anything else. I just wanted to save time, so I skipped the baby food and went straight into the hundreds. You know, that was me just getting a feel of it, let my body know and my central nervous system know we're about to get this work. After this, I went to 140, and that's when you can kind of gauge the kind of session you're gonna have. Because if that 140 feels heavy, you know you're in trouble. But today, the 140, even though I've not been doing it that much, felt real good. I say I haven't been doing it, I just haven't been back squatting that much. I've still been doing my Bulgarian split squats, heavy leg press, and so on and so forth. But for me, the numero uno is squats. Squats are numero uno, yo. So that's 140. So I'm not trying to do too many reps because I know I want to touch 220. So when I'm pyramiding up, I'm kind of conservative with the rep. When I come down, I tend to try and get more reps, you know. So you're gonna see that, and you're gonna see that today. I actually switched from the bar from the back to that bar there, the safety bar on the way down. But you're gonna see all of that. This is good. It's good to see this kind of progression, because normally guys, to be included, we're only posting like the heavy set. That's the more impressive one that everybody wants to see. But it's good to see the whole thing. So yeah, here we got 180, and funny enough, even though I've done more mobility on my warm up, I still felt my hamstrings cramping a bit. Not too much, but I could just feel them getting a bit tight, so I just had to stretch them out a bit. Which is fine. It's very important to do that. It's fine. Yeah, boy, getting that good stretch. That felt real good. So I wasn't gonna let that stop me, and I wanted to hit that 220. Like, I had that goal. You know, you got that goal in your head. I want to hit this weight. The next time I train, I'll do the same thing. Squats for me are numero uno. So are deadlifts. They're like close second, and I can really come in and just do that, and I'm good. I could just do deadlifts, and I'm good. I only hit 2 on the 180, which is, like I say, I'm being conservative, and I'm just conserving my energy and my strength, because I know I want to hit that 220, and I wasn't sure how it was going to feel, so I didn't want to go too brazy with it, you know, like that. So here we got 220 on the bar, looking beefy, 5 plates. Also, because my heels are elevated, that makes it slightly harder as well, where like if I just had my feet on the floor, the whole thing would be a little bit easier as well. But yeah, you have to really psych yourself up when you got that big weight in your back. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy just to throw that big weight in your back. That takes a lot of mental strength right there. The gym is definitely more mental than physical, I'm telling you. So I hit this rep, tried to get nice and deep. Trust me, even though see that was a grind. It didn't look like it was a grind, but that was a grind. And even though I only done 1 rep, that 1 rep felt like 3 or 4 reps, trust me. So I accomplished the goal. I had a goal set in my mind. I wanted to do 220, done 220. Now we're coming down, so I've dropped down to 200 because I still wanted to feel a little bit more of that heavy weight on my back, and that 200's close to 220. And I'm really locked in on my form, my technique, trying to brace the core, trying to make the hips go lower than the knee, making sure that's a proper squat. Like, so if I was in the competition, that would be a pass. And then I switched the bar because now I'm just getting volume. So I'll drop down to 100 kilos, not worried about the weight. I'm just trying to get good work, some good reps. I changed the bar, so safety bar, the weight is just in a slightly different position. And that just, the way it feels, it just puts a lot of stress on the core. So you feel like you're getting a really good core workout. You can really feel it working, which is good. Also, you don't have to hold the bar in the same place because you have the handles, which is a lot more comfortable for someone like me with my severe tendonitis in my left arm. This is a much more comfortable movement. Sometimes I'll just do safety bar squats. It doesn't matter what squats you do as long as you're doing squats. So squats are numero uno. They're very functional. They transfer to life. Just getting off the sofa is a squat. So you want to make sure you're efficient at doing them. So I will do all kinds of squats, goblet squats. One of my favorites is a Zercher squat. That's one of my favorites because that's like mimicking picking something up off the floor. You know, you want to be able to pick something up. You know what I mean? You want to be able to pick up your missus. You know what I'm saying? You're not a man if you can't pick up your missus, no matter what her weight is. So you have to do your Zercher squats. Very, very important. Very, very necessary. Very, very demure. You know, like that. But I done 3 sets of 8 on the safety bar squats. And as you see, I get a lot of volume on my squats. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, normally you only see me posting the heavy one, you know, the heavy sets. You don't see me posting the whole workout, but actually we get a lot of volume, and that's how you grow your legs. You grow your legs with the volume. You need the heavy weight, but you need the volume too. I'm a fan of both. So yeah, I think this was the last set, and I was supposed to do 8, but funny enough I got to 6 and I was like, nah, no, I got to like 4 reps and I was like, I feel sick. I blame it on the music because they were playing some bangers. And then on this last set, they started playing Jay-Z and Beyonce, and you took my whole mojo, bro. You killed the vibes. All of a sudden, you got me out here struggling to do 8 reps. But I still got some good money, very nice reps as well. Still got some good money. I think I done 6 there. And then I had to take a little time out because I felt like I was gonna be sick. That's how it be. That's how you know you're working. When you feel like that after a set, after a workout, you know you're working. And then I went straight in and I got some stretches because my hamstrings were feeling very tight. So I made sure I stretched out my hammies. I stretched out my my quads and my hips. And you should always, it's not super necessary. I'm not one of these guys that says, yo, you should always add some mobility work into your routine, even separate days where you just do mobility. But it's not super necessary after your workout to do static stretches. But it's not gonna hurt either. So you may as well just throw them in. You know, a quick 5-10 minutes after your workout. Add that time onto your workout. Like, allow for that time. You're gonna do you might do 45, 50 hour training, but make sure you add in the extra half hour just for mobility work. It's very beneficial. We're here for a long time and a good time. So yeah, that was my workout this morning. I will be posting more of these kind of videos. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, subscribe to the page, like the page, and I'll see you next time. Boom.